Hello everyone, I am Dr. Reema Sarkar. I am a fertility and IVF consultant working with Indira IVF at their Dehradun branch. In today's video, I am going to talk about endometriosis, endometriotic cysts and their relation to the female fertility and what causes infertility in such women. So endometriosis is a fairly common condition. It is found in around 10 to 20% of general population, and in my practice, that is in the women who specifically come with the complaints of infertility, it is as common as sometimes 30 to 40%. So it is common. That is what I wanted to tell you. What is endometriosis? To understand that, we first need to understand what the word endometrium is. So endometrium is the innermost lining of the uterus. We all know that all women have one uterus in the center, and to it are attached two fallopian tubes and two ovaries. These are what form as the female reproductive system, internal female reproductive system. So uterus, it is again has different layers. The innermost layer of the uterine cavity is called endometrium. In short, this is the layer which sheds during menstruation in the form of blood, and if pregnancy occurs, this is the layer where the embryo or the baby would kind of come and attach itself to and stays anchored to the uterus via this layer. So this layer, that is endometrium, is very important for female reproductive function. Normally, it is supposed to be present inside the uterus only. However, in certain women, in certain genetically predisposed women, for some reasons which are really not entirely known to the medical science as of today, so this endometrium can be seen in sites other than the uterus also. What are those sites? It can be seen in and over the ovary, in and around the fallopian tubes, inside the pelvic cavity in general, sometimes in far off places like lungs, diaphragm, etc. also. So whenever this endometrium is present in an abnormal or ectopic site, that is other than the uterine cavity, we call this condition medically as endometriosis. Now this endometrium is functionally it's hormonal dependent. So whenever the hormones, the female hormones, that is the estrogen rises, this endometrium sorts of proliferates or increases in thickness, and whenever there is no pregnancy, it kind of sheds off as menstruation, as I told earlier. So when there is endometriosis, this endometrium, which is present in the ectopic sites or the abnormal sites that are outside the uterus, is also hormonally active. And this also kinds of sheds cyclically along with the woman's menstrual cycle. Now the uterus has a way outside. There is a mouth of the uterus, and through that blood can come outside the woman's body. However, when it is abnormally present, like inside an ovary or a pelvis or any other site, these sites are not connected externally. So what happens, all this endometrium that is shed cyclically, this keeps getting collected in these closed spaces. Instead of going, being shed out of the body of the woman, these kept collecting inside the body of the woman, in sites like ovary, behind the uterus, around the tube, over the intestine, sometimes over the urinary bladder or the bag, and at various other places. Since it is blood and it is sticky, so over a period of time, what happens, all these surfaces become kind of sticky and they stick to each other, causing what is known as adhesions. That is the intestines, the urinary bladder and the uterus and the tubes, which are not supposed to be stuck together, they can get abnormally stuck because of these abnormal blood or endometriotic spots that are present in these women. These blood spots or deposits can be formed inside the ovarian stroma or the ovarian body itself, and it forms kind of lumps which are then known as endometriotic cysts. So this in short is what endometriosis is. So how does it affect a woman? Since it is causing abnormally the organs to stick to each other, so they may not be able to function properly. The most common presenting complaint that women or the girls may have, or they come with, or they present to me with, is pain in the lower tummy. Okay, so pain while menstruation, severe pain in the menstruation as soon as the period start, and it continues throughout the period, till the bleeding lasts. Even sometimes painful pain while passing urine, pain while passing stools, and in married women, painful intercourse. Sometimes chronic or long-standing backaches is what they come with. So basically, these women are very distressed, and they are, they have this long-standing problems of, they complain of these long-standing pain everywhere in the tummy and in the back. The other most common presenting complaint is they may not have pain or heavy bleeding or any other problem, but they have difficulty to conceive. And once only when you start evaluating them for infertility, that you realize that actually that woman has been carrying a disease process inside her body, which is endometriosis. And when you kind of do an ultrasound, you realize there are lumps or cysts inside the ovary, which are known as endometriotic cysts. As I already mentioned, that these can lead to subfertility or difficulty to conceive. Now why is it that? Because just to explain that, I'll go back to a little basic, that ovaries are actually banks of eggs inside the woman's body. So there are both the ovaries carry eggs inside, oocytes inside. So when there are these endometriotic cysts which form inside these ovaries, what happens is they kind of eat into these eggs and replace them. So the eggs inside, the number and the quality of the eggs inside the ovaries of the woman, they start decreasing gradually. And over the period of years, this can actually get very, very low. So obviously, if the woman has very less number of eggs, or if they are decreased in quality, this woman may have difficulty in conceiving. Okay. So that is why, and also, although these endometriosis usually does not block the tubes, but as I said, the surfaces get stuck to each other, so the fallopian tubes may not function properly. There may be, so that is why all of us know fallopian tubes are required for the proper, where the eggs and the sperms are supposed to meet. So if they are not functioning properly, again, it will lead to difficulty in conceiving. So how can we help these women? Generally, the treatment depends upon the kind of problem that the woman has presented to you with. If it's a young girl, a young unmarried girl who has come to you with a lot of pain, you will first obviously offer them painkillers or analgesics. Sometimes in a slightly older girls, we also give them some hormonal preparations in order to suppress or to inactivate these endometriotic implants, so as to make them pain-free. In some portion of women or girls, we may even have to resort to surgery, which will kind of to burn these endometriotic implants with the use of laser and so on. In earlier times, these surgeries have to be done by opening the abdomen via bigger incisions. However, luckily enough, nowadays we have keyhole surgeries or laparoscopies available, wherein you can go into the abdomen via these little small incisions, and you can actually take care of endometriotic implants via these incisions itself. And even the removal of endometriotic cysts can be done by these laparoscopic procedures.